Okay, guys. I open the Bible. Okay, so when you do this and you just like open it, it's called bibliomancy. It's actually a divination practice. I didn't know that until I saw this other guy. He like does these funny videos where he calls it the Holly Bibli or something like that, and then he just like reads like chapters in the Bible that are like funny and ironic and all that shit. And so I do it to relate to my life, but it's called bibliomancy, and I've been doing this for like a while, like probably like since when I first got my psychic channels. I had a Bible. It's actually my ex-best friend's sister's Bible from like when she was like really little, and I ordered a new one because hers is like falling apart. So I used to do this, on occasion. I do it like once every like 6 months. Because like when I first got my psychic abilities, God made me do it, and then it opened to the exact page where it's talking about the 144,000. So then I remember like telling my sister like, I think I'm like part of the 144,000, because I didn't tell her I was Jesus at that time, because I still didn't believe it, that kind of shit. And then later when I moved here, that's when I told her I was like Jesus. But I've only told like a handful of people, that shit. So I've been doing it like this whole time. So anyway, I want to talk about the cost of being a disciple, guys. It's in Luke, the chapter of Luke, which is the New Testament. So listen to it. Luke 14, verse 25. The cost of being a disciple is the thing that it says. Large crowds were traveling with Jesus, and turning to them, he said, if anyone comes to me and ready? If anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brother and sisters, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple. I knew he talked about this shit. Splitting off from your family members. He says hate. He says the word hate in this bitch. See, so I knew Jesus hated shit too. Fuckers. I hate fucking oppressors. I can't fucking stand them. And that's what he's saying here. If your mother, your brother, your wife, your daughter, your fucking cousin, your aunts, your uncles, your bestest friends are oppressors or standing on the side of oppression, they gotta go. And nothing cut that bitch off. No, I'm serious, bro. That's the cost of being a follower of Jesus and the cost of following God, truly. Because then he goes on to say, and whoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple, which means that you have to take your own responsibility and accountability for it. Like, God's not going to come, like, hold a gun up to your head. Jesus is not going to come hold a gun up to your head to hold the people in your life accountable to God and Jesus. And this is why we have an issue, is because people pacify oppression. And Christianity is a huge system of oppression. It's like the main way we oppress people basically in the society, right? What do we oppress? Gay people, trans people, women, children, because there's a lot of weird pedophilia going on in them fucking churches and shit, and we all know they protect it. And, and then again, oppressing women because they erase the story of the woman and then they make her like this evil seductress who like fucked everything up, right? And man came first, and of course God's a man, right? So, this was I was like, I knew this bitch talked about this shit. I knew he talked about this shit. So, it's literally what I've been talking about. And like, of course, people will call it extreme or whatever, right? It was people that have accused me of taking things too seriously my whole life, protecting children, splitting off with my friends. They were like, you're taking it too seriously, Lauren. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like, no, bitches. You're fucking wrong. And it's because I carry Christ codes. And that's why I have righteous authority over your fucking asses. Because you guys are all fucking wrong. That's how you know you're in a position of authority over somebody else. Because you're in the right. You're standing up for the right things. You're standing up for yourself. That's what this part says. Whoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. You gotta stand on your own shit. You got to make this choice, and then you got to stand on that shit. And that's what I've been doing. Stand on fucking business. That's what Jesus is talking about. He's like, cut these bitches off. It doesn't matter who the fuck they are. If they're not following God, if they're oppressing people, Cut them the fuck off. Now, like I said, I can't because out of survival. So again, don't do that. Keep yourself safe. However, the second I'm out of here, I'm cutting all these bitches off. I've already done it in my past. I've already cut them off, but I had to come back, because the Lord wanted me to see that I couldn't just put the fault on them. But the majority of the fault is still on them. This is what I'm talking about. Forgiveness and stuff, they have to do stuff worth forgiving. They have to hold themselves accountable. They have to take accountability. You have to hold yourself accountable too. Stop pacifying behaviors just because somebody's your friend or your parent or your whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't fucking matter. Shed that fucking identity. The more identities you shed, the more rewards you will have in heaven, is what God keeps telling me. And, of course, and that's why I'm on the faith of a mustard seed shit, because it's like I have no legs to really stand on other than my channels and my own personal experience. Like, my miracles haven't come in yet, but my miracles will come in. And then I'll be like, see? It's proof that you follow God, you stand on business, miracles will happen for you. Miracles will occur. That's who's going to be getting the miracles first, is those who've actually been following God, not just a freaking book, and not just what people told you, what you follow in your heart and your soul and what you can see out in the world, that kind of shit. Ridiculous. Piss me off. See, so I'm glad that Jesus is a hater and he's pissy. I'm like, he's making me feel better about myself every day. All right, let's keep going. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? For if you lay the foundation and are not able to finish it, everyone who sees it will ridicule you, saying this person began to build and wasn't able to finish it. Stand on fucking business. Don't go back on your fucking word. Don't go back to those people until they hold themselves accountable. Or suppose a king is about to go to war against another king. Won't he first sit down and consider whether he is able to, with 10,000 men, to oppose the one coming against him with 20,000? If he is not able, he will send a delegation while the other is still a long way off and will ask for terms of peace. In the same way, those of you who do not give up everything you have cannot be my disciples. I'm like, bitch, I gave up everything. Every fucking identity I had. Every identity of this world. Every worldly possession. I'm broke as shit. I gave up my job. I gave up my peace of mind. I gave up my friends. I gave up the idea of my family. The idea. You have to give up the idea of your family if you're still around your family then. You have to give up the idea of the people around you and accept them at face value for who the fuck they are in front of you. Are they MAGA supporters? Are they up against depression? You know what I'm saying? That's what he's talking about here. Salt is good, but if it loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is fit neither for the soil nor for the manure pile. It is thrown out. Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear. I don't really know that last. See, that's why I'm like, sometimes reading this shit's like scrambled fucking eggs. I also don't really fucking get what he's trying to, like, fucking, with the fucking kings and shit. I don't get it fully, guys, but I get it in my terms. You know what I'm saying? At least the little parts where it's like, in the same way, those of you who do not give up everything, you cannot be my disciples. Well, that's the thing about starseeds that we're being asked to do right now. We're being asked to separate off from our family members, from people who are, this is why I've been calling out these bitches, these high horse bitches, on this, thinking they know the answers to shit, and then they're fucking dismissing people's entire realities and they're being narcissists. You have to stand on business and cut them off. That is like the one thing that I've learned on this entire journey. So I'm like, I knew fucking Jesus talked about this shit. And then on top of it, he said, give up everything, bro. And he said, stand on fucking business. And don't go back. Or you can't be my follower. Or you can't say that you're a follower of Christ. Can't say it. Can't say you follow Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the thing about us starseeds. We have to give up the matrix. That is what we are called to do, all of us starseeds. We are called to give up all identities, to give up everything, to make change because that's the only way we're going to change, is on an individual level, which is what Jesus talked about, and that's what I talk about. So I'm like, love of me and Jesus are on the same page, but he's a little confusing. See, I'm like, I don't love everything he says. It's like a little fucking, like, what the fuck are you I don't know what the fuck he's talking about sometimes. Sometimes he's got some good shit.